Hi friends, I am Amar Mohite. Our today's topic of discussion is bracketing and matrixing for stability studies. Friends, I had already uploaded a video on ICH Q1A R2 guideline, that is stability study for new drug substances and new drug products. ICH Q1A R2 is also known as Parent Stability Guideline, and this guideline contains the general principles and requirements for the stability studies of new drug substances and new drug products. As per ICH Q1A R2, the bracketing and matrixing can be applied for stability studies with proper scientific justification. However, there is no specific guidance for bracketing and matrixing is provided in ICH Q1A R2. Instead of that, ICH has published a separate guideline to address the bracketing and matrixing for stability studies. This guideline is known as ICH Q1D. Bracketing and matrixing are the types of reduced study design. Before discussing bracketing and matrixing, let us understand what is full study design and what is reduced study design. A full study design is one in which all samples of all design factors should be tested at all time points. What is meaning of design factors? Design factors are different variables. For example, strength or label claim is one of the example of design factor. Similarly, different container size or different fill volumes are also examples of design factors. So friends, in full study design, there is no scope for the reduction in analysis. You have to analyze all samples of all design factors, for example different strengths or different fill volumes or different container sizes. From this table you can see that there is no scope for the reduction in analysis, whereas reduced study design is one in which there is no requirement of analysis of all samples of all design factors at all time points. Bracketing and matrixing are two different types of reduced study design. So what is bracketing? Bracketing is reduced design of stability study schedule such that only those samples which are on the extremes of the certain design factors shall be considered for analysis. The bracketing design assumes that the stability of intermediate levels will be represented by the stability of samples which are on extremes. Let us take one example. X product having 4 different strengths, 5 mg, 10 mg, 20 mg and 40 mg. Among these 4 strengths, which are the extremes of design factor? 5 mg and 40 mg are the extremes. 5 mg is extreme at lower side and 40 mg is extreme at higher side. Whereas 10 mg and 20 mg is called as a intermediate level. So as per bracketing, only those samples which are on the extremes of certain design factors, here design factor is strength or label claim. So as per bracketing, 5 mg and 40 mg are extremes of this design factor. So only samples of 5 mg and 40 mg are required to be analyzed for stability study throughout the shelf life. Here the stability of this intermediate level, that is 10 mg and 20 mg, will be represented by the stability of 5 mg and 40 mg. It means that if the product of 5 mg and 40 mg strength is stable up to 24 months, you can assume that, or you can consider that the 10 mg and 20 mg is also stable up to 24 months. So based on the stability data of 5 mg and 40 mg, you can assign the shelf life for 10 mg and 20 mg. Matrixing is the reduced design of stability study schedule such that only selected subset of total number of samples would be tested at specified time point. At next subsequent time point, another, that is remaining subset of samples, would be considered for testing. Bracketing design assumes that the results of subset which is analyzed at specified time point would represent the stability of total number of samples. Friends, let us take one example to understand how to perform the matrixing. Let's take example, a product having two different strengths, that is 10 mg and 20 mg. Each strain contains 3 batches. It means that total 6 batches are subjected to stability study. In matrixing design, it is important to analyze all samples at initial time point and 36-month time points. You can additionally analyze all samples at 12 months because generally submission of stability study is done after 12 month study. Hence, all samples should be tested at 12 months. If you are going to submit your dossier or your application at 9 months stability study, then you have to analyze all samples at 9 months instead of 12 months. This is the first condition, that is you have to analyze all samples at 0 time point and 30, that is last time point of study, and additionally at one time point where you are going to submit your dossier. The matrixing would be implemented such that, for example, at first time point of stability study will be 3 months. Here only one subset of samples out of 6 batches, only 3 batches would be tested at 3 months. At next time point, the batches which are analyzed during 3 months are not required to be analyzed at 6 months. At 6 month station, you have to analyze the next subset of samples, that is samples which were not analyzed at 3 months. For example, at 3 month station, you have to analyze first and second batch of 10 milligram and second batch of 20 milligram. Whereas at 6 months, first second of 10 mg and second batch of 20 mg is not required to be analyzed. The remaining batches, that is third batch of 10 mg and first and third batch of 20 mg would be considered for matrixing or analysis. The same pattern you can continue throughout the shelf life. So this is the design of matrixing. matrixing design is little bit complex compared to bracketing. Bracketing and matrixing can be considered as a suitable alternative for full study design. For example, if multiple strains of same product were packed in different container closure system, the number of samples for stability study would be huge. There would be very much workload. So to reduce the number of samples or workload, you can apply the bracketing and matrixing to full study design. In that way, you can reduce your samples and workload. But it is very important to provide sound scientific justification for application of bracketing and matrixing. So when can we apply the bracketing and matrixing? In case of API, there is very little scope for the bracketing and matrixing. Bracketing would not be at all applicable in case of API. However, bracketing and matrixing would be considered logical when multiple strains, for example, capsules of multiple strains filled from a common blend. There you can apply the bracketing or matrixing. Similarly, tablets of different strains manufactured by compressing same common blend, or oral solutions of different strains having minor difference in excipients, for example flavoring agents or etc. So in all these cases you can apply concept of bracketing and matrixing. There is only one risk associated with bracketing and matrixing, particularly in case of bracketing. Bracketing is generally done on extremes of certain design factors, which is already discussed. For example, if we have a product of 4 different strains, then in that case we have to analyze lower and higher strain for bracketing. So if any of the strain fails to meet the acceptance criteria of stability study, in that case the shelf life of least stable product or shelf life of least stable strain would be assigned to intermediate level. For example, your 5 mg strength is stable up to 18 months and your 40 mg strength is stable up to 24 months. In that case, you cannot assign 24 month shelf life for intermediate strains, that is 10 mg and 20 mg. In that case, as a worst case, you can assign the shelf life of least stable product. That is, in this case, you have to assign the shelf life as 18 months for intermediate levels, that is 10 mg and 20 mg. So friends, this was all about the bracketing and matrixing for stability studies. I have tried my level best to explain the concept of bracketing and matrixing. If you have liked the content of this video, please subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.